Okay, so let me get the screen. Oh, I have help. My little dog is having a little. Are you ready for Pilates, Scruffy? He's ready for Pilates. So we will start on the floor. I'm just plugging my cell phone in so I know what the time is. And here we are. We're actually going to start with a rolling motion to unwind some of the tightness in the body. I'm going to move the mat a little bit closer because we'll go in two directions. Ideally, I hope you don't have a real hard floor. Get yourself to one end of the mat. I like to teach this, by the way, in the grass, but right now we're on the floor inside. And you want your arms over your head. So what we're going to be doing is rolling from our back to our stomach and using the limbs as a lever for this. So if you lift, I'm lifting my left leg, but the leg that's closest to the edge of your own mat. Now, slowly start to pull it over. So the rest of you is going to roll over like a rag doll. You're just going to twist, 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 and fall to the front. Then you will reverse this. You're going to lift the same leg up and roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, and come back. So it's a very floppy, it's the kind of thing a kid does, but you want to go back and forth a few times like this. Lift the first leg and drag it across. Let it start to untwist a lot of those tightnesses. And then reverse. And notice that your arms should be the last thing to roll. They're not helping. It's all coming from the lower body and the foot, really. The foot's dragging, rolling, 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 reversing. Rolling, 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 and back. Now we'll do the same thing in the opposite direction. I'm moving over to the front. So I stay mostly rolling on my mat. It's more comfortable than the floor because I don't have a carpet. So I'm lifting the other leg up, pulling it across, dragging the hips, everything twist, 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 and I flop to the front. Lift it up and roll and twist and drag the body back. So more you can get the limb to do it again. Roll, drag, 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 flop, reverse, drag, 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 and flop. One more time, lift and drag, pull the body across and flop, and reversing and flopping. As a concept, as I said, this is really fun to do outdoors. On grass, I will have people roll many times in one direction, many times back. Amazing to clear up a stuck energy in the body. Now, same idea, but we do it with the arms being the lever. This, by the way, is how babies start to teach themselves to roll from one side of their body to the other. So just have a quick look first. I'm lifting the back arm up. I'm starting to bring it across my body and I'm lifting my head a little bit, but I'm using it to pull and then roll. This is a little bit more challenging often than the feet, and then you roll down. Reverse is the same way. You lift, you look at your hand, so the eyes help, and drag back. So do that a few times using your arm to pull you across and get you over. And then reverse. See if you can keep the legs from being much of a pusher. Very often people use the legs to get themselves over. You want the upper body to pull and drag you over. And then reverse, pull, and drag you over. If you have any sensitivity with the shoulders, just adjust the range of the arms somewhere where you're not irritating something that may be sensitive. It shouldn't be, but just in case. Think of yourself like a kid doing this. Kids don't have technique, they just have fun. So they do it in the way that it makes their body work. So we do the same thing opposite way, dragging, rolling back, again, dragging yourself across, dragging yourself back. One more time, dragging yourself across. Whoops, I started using my legs first. And dragging yourself back. Very, very good. Now, we're going to start to, so this was kind of a floppy, loosey, goosey. I hope you feel better. Usually people feel a lot better after they've done this. And now we're going to start to do just a roll. Now we use the strength of our body. So again, if you have anybody has shoulder sensitivity and this hurts, you can do this like this, another way. But just have fun with this. Can you actually roll yourself? So now I'm rolling like one unit, one way, and then like, so you're like a stick rolling. So now we're starting to use the core strength, and you have to have the legs kind of together. Roll. And so I'm lifting my legs off the ground a little bit to get back and forth. Most of the power comes from the hips and the stomach to get that momentum to move the body and back. If you can do it. If you can't, just connecting into this, wonderful to kind of start to get your energy. Now wiggle yourself to the other side. Lengthen your arms out again and see if you can roll to your stomach and your back a few times. Now remember, legs are strong. And back if you can. And over. And back. One more time, and over, and back. All right, bring your arms down. So that was our little warm up, our kiddie, challenging, beginner and intermediate and advanced warm up. And in the Pilates mat, we actually have some of these things at the more advanced level rolling because we just need this power. So back to our basics now, just getting ourselves nice and long. Arms along by the sides, nice wrap. Notice that I'm squeezing. Now, big difference. This is a big tuck. So I'm moving my bones. This is just me clamping the muscles. So you want to get as much of the spine on the mat as you're able to, a sense of firmness like we just got in touch with, and a clamp around the hips. Keeping all of that nicely engaged, lift your right knee or one knee up and put it back down. So start to do this movement back and forth, lifting and lowering. Start to connect into the center of your body, very scooped, a nice long belly. As you do this, you may find that the spine is lengthening and decompressing a little bit. You want to take advantage of it to get even longer and to start to gather energy into the middle of your body and organize the rest of you around it. Bring the feet together. Reconnect to this squeezing of the muscles to the bones. Lift your right knee and then the left knee. Nothing moves. The right foot goes down, left foot goes down. So we keep going up and up and down and down. Up and up and down and down. Two more times this direction and up and down and up and up and down. Now we reverse it. Opposite leg up and down and down and up and up and down. Keep the pelvis very steady, very calm. The center of the body is holding the weight. All the energy is connected in the middle, and the limbs are floating as a result of the stability that we provided. Now, reconnect. Lift the arms to the ceiling and pull the armpits to the waist. So again, when we do that movement, we find the lats. Notice that I'm not pulling my shoulders down to the floor. That's a different movement. I'm connecting them this way. Keeping that connection into the ribs, take your arms back. Bring the arms up. Curl your head and chest. So you lift up. The neck is nice and loose. The trunk is steady. And down. Reach back and up. Curl and lift. And down. Reach back and up. Curl and lift. And down. Reach back and up. Curl and lift. And down. Hands down again. Again, connect to the lower body. Lift both knees up. Bring them all the way in. Right here, the back is nicely long on the mat. It's the easiest place to get the lower back down. Bring your legs to tabletop. Keep that. Lower back. Knees into the chest. Up to tabletop. Lower down. Knees to chest. Up to tabletop. Lower down. Knees to chest. Up to tabletop. Lower down. One more time. Knees to chest. Up to tabletop. And lower the legs back down. Now, take your arms up and over your head. And this time when you come up, you'll bring the knees into your chest as well. So curl and lift. See if you can get both sides of the butt trunk working. And reach back. And curl and lift. And reach back. And curl and lift. See if you can start to get a rhythm and back. And get in touch with the fact the muscle structure or the trunk is just flowing. Curl and lift. And down. One more time like this. Curl and lift. And down. Hands back to your sides. Again, get your spine, lower back, rib cage as long as you can. As much of it touching the mat, but not at the expense of a real heavy tuck. You want to be in touch with the tail being long and the head being long. So we want length first, and then this girdling feeling, and then as much length into the floor as is possible. So from here, bring the knees to tabletop. Keep this position and we'll do what's called tapping. One leg taps and taps and taps and taps and taps and taps. So keep going with this. It's kind of like a bicycle movement. Notice that there's more being asked out of your trunk as a result. So just enjoy the fact that you're nice and stable, nice and strong, but at the same time, you're starting to get more motion kicking into the whole body. And one more set. And bring the knees in, give them a little hug. And rock side to side. Massage your back. And then come back to the middle. And we're going into our hundreds. And every 20, we'll bring our knees back into here to reintegrate into the middle of our body. And then how low the legs will go when they're extended is up to you. You don't want a lot of stress in the back. You want to be holding the weight from here. So we'll start out like this, arms to the ceiling, find the armpits to waist, curl your head and chest up and lift the legs to the ceiling. And we'll start the first set here, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, knees to chest, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5. Last set, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees, rock side to side, massage your lower back. And then stretch your arms and your legs out. And give yourselves a nice good stretch and reach your right arm and your left, reach the arms and legs away from each other. So you just start to open up and create a nice amount of traction. Flex and point your feet a few times. And just enjoy the nice feeling of a stretch. And then roll yourself up, and we'll start with our basic roll back. So you want your knees bent, your back long. The more you can lift all the way up to the top of the spine, the better you're doing. Nice and long. And then lean back just a little bit to start to get all of these factors in place and rock back onto your tail. So there's your C curve and your integrated rib cage. And see if you can roll back till the arms are straight. Use that muscle structure to bring you up and straighten up. And roll back, rounding. And roll back up. So start to find less technique and more just nice grace and fluidity today. Because we can become very analytical and thinking about the movement. And today, let's see if we can just relax a little bit more and just enjoy feeling our body. And not having too much of a detailed control factor, just so it feels good. Now arms are long, and we'll do the same thing, but we roll to the floor. So you roll down and stretch like a big breath of fresh air, and then you roll back and you lift and roll down, stretch and lengthen, roll back and lift. Roll down, nice long arms, roll back and lift, and one more time, roll down, arms back, roll up and lift. Now extend your legs out, and first just bend over. Let your back relax, let your head relax, just shake your head. Yes and no. See how much you can let go of tension. In fact, as you're dangling over here, let the head completely drop down. And then lift your chin up. And just nod back and forth with your head like this a few times. This will help start to relax your neck. At first, it can be very crunchy and tight, but if you can do this in a relaxed manner, it'll start to break some congestion up for you. Then drop your head and roll up to a seated position. Lift your arms out in front of you, and now rolling back to the mat. So the legs are long, you're going to roll back and stretch. Nice long stretch, fingertips to toes, get the length, and then roll up and bend over your legs and relax down. And again, roll back, stretch nice and long, roll up, bend forward and drape over. And again, roll back and reach, roll up and drape over. 2 more times like this, just nice and loose, not over detailed, making it feel good. I hope your trunk is just naturally doing what it needs to do. If we've been studying for quite a while and we've been working hard on certain abilities, they do become automatic, and we want to keep allowing the body to have its automatic responses every so often. Like driving a car. Once you know how to drive, you don't have to think of every detail. So from here, let's roll down slowly to the mat, just nicely rounding through the spine until you get flat. And let's bend the knees, get the spine long, and get the feet quite a bit out for single leg circles. So lift one leg to the ceiling, nice and long, and anchor your hips. Just feel them nice and stable. And 5 circles around the socket. As you do the circle, think of just oiling and lubricating your hip socket. And then reverse the movement the other way. You're just moving that joint around a bit, getting some stimulation, getting some energy to wake up in there, and give yourself a stretch. Stretch the leg. Flex your foot and pull, give it another stretch. And then flex and point a few times to loosen up the joint. And put the foot back down next to the other one so the back is long, and lift your other leg up. Get a sense of kind of this anchoring down above your hip, and then circle around the joint. So you're drawing a circle. Maybe imagine that you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your toes. Reverse a circle. And then again, lengthen the leg, give it a stretch. Flex your foot, give it a stretch. And flex and point a few times. Now bend the foot next to the other one, and just for the fun of it, lift your first leg up again. And those of you who know the reformer workout, this is like tree, where you climb down and up the tree. So see if you can lift up. I don't care what you do with this leg. You can have it long, you can do whatever you like. Can you climb up this leg? If you can't climb up, it doesn't matter. Climb back down. Climb back up. So even if you can only lift a little bit, have your hands help you to pull yourself up a bit. Maybe you can only go like this far, but whatever you can do. And down. Change your legs around so the other leg is coming up. Hold your leg. See if you can climb up. And climb down. Climb up. Even if you can't get up, it doesn't really matter. You're just kind of using your hands now to actually help you get this motion to happen. Climb up. And climb down. Very good. Now to stretch, place your hands behind your head. So your elbows are nice and wide. And lift the knees up. So the knees are in a tabletop position. And drop both knees to the right or to one side. Get them all the way to the floor. We're going to stay here for a minute. So you get a rotational twist. And the opposite elbow, if it's possible, it should be on the floor. Mine is far from it. But just enjoy this twist. Allowing the waist to unravel, the obliques to unravel, your hips to unravel. Just allow this whole thing to open up and release the stuck tension. Then come back and drop both knees to the opposite side. Let the hips roll. And again, the other elbow, if it can come to the floor, fantastic. If not, fantastic. Let all this area start to unwind a bit. And come back up. Now, we're going to do this again. Put your feet down. Please watch me because this is a little tricky. It's again going to kind of open up more here. We start the same way, but then you take your knees down and back. So you see I'm actually got my knees almost in line with my hips and I'm rolling out. So it's this, the knees will go down. So if you haven't already started, go into it. So, and then you turn your head in the opposite direction. So there should now start to be a big, nice opening stretch in the stomach. Now to come back, the knees will come back towards your chest and back. So you retrace your step and you'll do the other way. The knees go down and then they start to slide down. So you're in kind of this funny, twisty, archy, back bendy thing, shape. To open up and loosen up any congestion along the spine, in the stomach, in the psoas, in the front of the hips. A lot's going on here. It's a lovely, lovely way to open up the body. Slowly bring your knees in towards your chest and back. And then grab your knees and bring yourselves up for rolling like a ball. So we will do 10 rolls, any shape you want, any place you want. You can progress from easier to harder, whatever thrills you. Just take a shape, be round, and 10 times we're rolling back and forth. Roll to the shoulders, roll up, roll back, roll up. Use this to massage your back. Rolling, releasing tension, starting to get the bones to be more relaxed. This is our 5th one, I think, and the 6th one. If you're loosen, you can get all the way up that area, just at the top of the shoulder blades going into the neck area. It usually gets very little attention. Only if you're ready for it. It could be too much for your body, then you stay at the lower level. 2 more times, rolling. 1 more time, and coming back up. All right, now just rolling back to the mat. Nice and long. 4 single leg stretches, so bring both knees into the chest. Just nicely relax. Hold the ankles. 4 minutes, squeeze the legs in. So we're starting to ask the knees to bend, and then to get the thighs as close into the hip, to the chest as your body's ready to do. Curl your head and chest up. Get a nice tight squeeze if you can. Extend one leg out. And switch. And switch. So start to find the rhythm today. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Bring both knees in. And drop your head down, feet down, and roll your head from side to side. Really relax the neck and stretch it. Double leg stretches. You want your spine nice and long. Bring both knees in. Again, curl. If anything today, curl the knees up even a little bit more. Maybe even your lower back lifts off the mat. So you get that real nice drop. Actually, I have a very nice idea with that in mind. Let's take your mat, and I'm rolling my mat up a few times. I have 2 mats, but it doesn't really matter. All I'm doing is taking the very low part of the sacrum and the tail and placing it underneath there. And what that does, it cradles the lower back. Actually doing 1 more layer because it feels so good. It allows that lengthening of the sacrum, maybe even a tilt of the pelvis, not because you're muscularly pushing it, but because you're creating just almost like a slide to the pelvis. Now bring your knees in and make sure you have that nice cradly position. It's going to change the forces without you having to work hard. You'll do better, I hope. So from here, curl your head and chest up. And we'll do our double leg stretches. So you extend and curl in. Extend and reach and curl in. Extend and reach, curl in. Extend and reach, curl in. 1 more time like this. Extend and reach and curl in. Curl your head and chest up a little bit more. And drop your head down and lift the legs to the ceiling. So here again, this little support, you can figure out if you want it higher or lower, should really be tractioning out your lower back, kind of where the pelvis connects into the waist area and lengthen the sacrum. Curl your head and chest up. And 1 leg comes in towards you. Pulse, pulse. Scissor, pulse, pulse. Scissor, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse. Both legs up and in, and hands behind the head. And just for a minute, check that the elbows are long and that you have this nice lengthening in the sacrum as a result, even a lifting up. Curl your head and chest up and lift the legs. Now, you can really use the support to keep your navel down. Take the legs wherever you're comfortable, lift them up. Lower the legs, lift them up. Lower your legs, lift them up. Lower your legs, lift them up. Last one, lower your legs, lift them up and bend the knees. Drop your head, drop your feet, arms are straight to the side, open your knees, your feet around the width of the mat. Keep your bottom of it on the rolled mat. Drop both knees to one side. It's going to have a different effect. Lift up and drop both knees to the other side. Now notice that the top leg should have a similar feeling to the twisty stretch we did a minute ago, because we want this nice lengthening out through the hip flexor, kicking in for us if possible. And first side again, drop. Think of that top knee really pulling down and away. And other side, stretching and lengthening the waist and the hip and the thigh. One more time, first side, dropping and stretching. And other side, dropping and stretching. Just to add a little bit more to this, when you drop to the first side, one more time, you take the opposite leg and use it as a lever to really stretch yourself. Now use it to pull this whole hip flexor and thigh out and down if you can. It should feel good. Because we're all tight, we all sit a lot. It should open up a nice part of the body. And then other side, and drop it down and long, and lengthen out. And come back. Very good. Bring yourselves up to a seated position. And let's place our bottoms on this. So our hips are slightly elevated. When your hamstrings are tight, this can help a lot, giving you more length. And even if you have long hamstrings, I know some of you do, this should make it even easier to have a nice lift through the spine today when keeping your hands on the floor. So take a big breath in for spine stretch forward and just start walking your fingers forward. Walk, 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 and go as far forward as you can. Don't sink it out too much. Stretch. And then roll up to an upright position and lift the arm. Just stretch up to the ceiling and then bring the hands down. So that's our flowy movement. We creep and crawl forward. Stretching out. And then roll back and lift up out of the lower back if you can. And again, walk forward, lengthening out, roll back, lift up. One more time, hands down, walk yourself out, stretch as far as you can, roll back, and lift and stretch out and bring the hands down. Very, very good. Let's go into our open leg rocker. So now no more little pile. So lengthen your mat back out. Another rolling movement. Let's hold behind the knees. Find your balance. See, just like rolling like a ball, you're balancing. Can you extend the legs? Bend them back. 5 times like this, just lengthening the legs. And back, lengthening the legs, and back. 2 more times like this, lengthening the legs. Nice scooped position. but very relaxed at the same time. Extend the legs and hold in 5 times back and forth. See if you can just sustain the shape. Roll and roll and roll, massaging your back, massaging your limbs a little bit, and roll and up 2 more times, and roll and up 1 more time like this, and roll and up, and bend the feet down. Lying down on your backs, very, very steady. You want your knees bent. We're going to do the pelvic clocks. Now, so it's really learning to just connect into this part of the abdomen. So if you think of your pubic bone as 6 o'clock and the navel area is 12 o'clock, and the right side would be 3 o'clock and the left side is 9 o'clock. Whoops. I always get confused with this. Yes, if it's facing the ceiling. Whatever. I get confused about that part. But here we go. We have a circle here. So take the bottom part, the pubic bone area, the 6 o'clock area, and roll it down towards the mat. So you're lengthening it down. Now start rolling towards your right hip. So the right hip is going to the ground. Roll up towards your navel. Roll over to the left. So the pelvis is actually moving and come back down. So do this again, rolling to the right, rolling up, rolling to the left, rolling down, again, rolling to the right, rolling up. So notice right now we're doing a big movement with our bones, which is fine. We want to just get in touch with this. Now we'll reverse it. We're going to go towards the left hip, coming up to the right, rolling down, and again going to the left, rolling up to the right, rolling down, 1 more time, rolling to the left, rolling up to the right, and rolling down. Now come back to the middle, so you're more or less center, and open your feet a little bit so the feet and the knees are hip width apart. So same thing again, except now try and not move your legs and your hips. So it's a much more subtle and smaller movement. So it's more of an internalized connection. So have a go, roll toward, so now you're rolling around the sacrum. So in the direction of the pubic bone, to the right. So it's more right in the pelvis, up to the left and down. So if you can do it without your legs being involved, and it's just the muscles of the pelvis, that's very sophisticated. See if you can do it again, rolling around. These are the muscles you'll want to use when we do our corkscrew. And they can get dull. Now we'll reverse, moving to the left, coming up. I like to think of tracing a circle around my own sacrum. I'm literally putting pressure all around the sacrum and moving a very subtle aspect of my pelvis. 1 more time like this, rolling around and back. Now from here, lift your legs up to the ceiling. So now the same quality we just did, see if you can implement that when we do the circles. Just have these big long legs floating around on top that reacting to that movement. So see if you can start down at your pubic bone and roll up, roll around and back, reverse it to the left, up to the right and down, and again to the right, up, left, and down, to the left, up, to the right, down, 1 more time to the right, up, to the left, down, to the left, up, to the right, and down. And then just bring them up. And can you climb out both legs? Hurrah, climbing up, even if you can't, even if the knees bend a little bit. Climb back down, just like we did tree, but now both legs. Rock. Climb up if you can. Climb down. One more time. Climb up. If you need to rock, come on up any old which way and put your feet down. So I should have called this playing like a kid, not rhythm and flow or whatever I called it. So legs are long. Now we'll do this twisting our rib cage. So hands behind the head, feet are flexed. Big lift. I'm rotating to my left, so my right elbow is forward, right elbow in the direction of the left knee. So you open up the left ribs. Come back, lifting up, twist the other way, and left elbow down, right elbow up, opening up. Come back up. First side, twist and bend over. So how low you go, it's your call. If you're getting a stretch in the ribs, that's what we're looking for in some rotation. And up. Twist again, getting that whole rib cage and chest and shoulders starting to work more. Twist and stretch. And back. Now you're soft. Arms are nice and long. Stretch and reach. Try and get as long and as wide as you can. Flex your feet. Reach towards your right little toe. 1, 2, 3. Open the chest wide. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Open that chest. First side. 1, 2, 3. Open and expand the ribs. And 1, 2, 3. And open. One more time. 1, 2, 3. And open. Last one. 1, 2, 3. And open up. Okay. Rolling down on your backs. Just lie on the floor. Reach the arms out. Stretch again. Open and flex and point your feet a few times to get as much length as you possibly can. Now, let's roll onto our stomachs and let's use what we did at the beginning. We're just doing one roll. The hand is coming up. Drag yourself around and get on your belly. Just for fun. So, forehead on the fingertips, swan trap. The legs are long and together. Forehead on the mat. And press your hips down so you have an anchor. You want to feel the base of the spine anchored. The back is long. Lift your head and chest and elbows up and lower down. Lift and down. Lift and down. So warming up all the muscles of the back. Lift, we're working more into the front, making the back start to do its own part. Lift and down. One more time, lift and down. Now, stretch both arms out in front. I call this karate chop with the little finger on the mat. Reach the arms as far away from you as you can. And then lift your head up and look between your hands. Now, start pulling the shoulders down your back and the armpits to your waist so you're a little bit higher. And then come even a little bit more in. At this point, widen the elbows and press the fists down. So we're going into our single leg kicks. Nice and long. Can you get more length in the stomach and more lift in your back? Whatever feels good. You want to feel elegant in your upper body. And here we go. Right foot kicks in. Kick, kick. Left leg, kick, kick. Right leg, kick, kick. Left leg, kick, kick. 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 Now, fun transition. You stretch your arms out. You lift them and open them out like you're swimming behind your back and drop your head and your elbows down. Bend both knees in and kick 3 times. Kick, kick, kick. And extend the arms away and lift your chest. Other way. Kick, kick, kick. And lift again. First side. Kick, kick, kick. lift. Other side, kick, 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 and lift. First side, kick, 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 and lift. Last one, kick, 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 and lift. Lower down, sit into your heels again, stretch out your body, child's pose, nice long stretch, long arms, scoop belly, going as low down to the mat as you can. Walk your hands to the right, stretching out your left ribs. Walk your hands to the left, stretching out your right ribs. Come back to the center and come on your hands and knees for just cat-cow. You want your knees hip-width apart. So round your back. In this position, also push your shoulders away from the center of your spine and pull your head in. Reverse the movement, stick your bottom out and look up at the ceiling. And curve again. Pull the shoulder blades as wide apart on your back as you can. And look up to the ceiling. Again, round. Spread the muscles of the back. And now stretch your stomach as much as you can. 2 more times like this. Round. And stretch. 1 more time, round. And arch. Now come up onto your knees for your thigh stretch. So first of all, we do chest expansion. So we just warmed up this area a bit. So kneeling, you want your thighs going straight down. Start to get a nice lift in the stomach, a big lifted chest, long, elegant neck, arms are in front of you. Bring the arms down and squeeze the shoulders backwards and turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. Look straight, push the arms even further back and bring the arms up. And pull down and open the chest. Head to the left, head to the right. Straight, pull the arms even more back and lift. And pull, expand and lift the chest. Head to the right, head to the left. Straight and stretch and forward. Pull and lift, stretch the chest. Head to the left, head to the right. Straight, pull the arms back and release. Last one, pull, head to the left, head to the right. Straight, stretch those arms back and forward. Shake the arms out for a minute. Your feet can either be curled under you or straight for the thigh stretch. I'm going to have my toes curled under me today. Get as much lift in this part of your body as you're able to, and a nice sense of really locking up through the center. Check in from your knees through your hips to your armpits the shape you're in, because you want to see not to change that shape. Bring the arms in front and then hinge back in one piece as far as you're ready to go, even if it's only an inch or two, and then come back and lift the arms up. Lengthen everything. Again, as the arms come down, one piece. You're hinging back, making the thighs both work and lengthen. And then lift the arms up. And again, hinge. And lift. 2 more times like this. Hinge. And lift. And hinge. And lift. Very good. Now on your hands and knees for the plank, beginning balance control. So let's have the knees hip width apart. Check again, as always, that you're pulling your armpits towards your waist. So as much as you can, you want to see that you're activating this part of the trunk to give you stability. And your weight is over the hands. Check also that the stomach is pulled up so the waist is long without anything changing. Take the right leg back, take the left leg back, hold it for a beat, bring the right knee in, bring the left knee in, reverse it, feet, left leg, right leg, hold for a beat, left knee, right knee, right leg, left leg, hold, right knee, left knee, reverse, left leg, right leg, hold, left knee, right knee, one more time, right leg, left leg, hold, right knee, reversing it, left leg, hold, left and right. All right, now let's lie on our, actually let's sit for spine twist with the legs straight in front of you. So in this position, I have my feet flexed. So legs are flexed, and imagine you have a bow tied around your ankles because there's a propensity to move the feet and you're not supposed to. And if they were locked together, that means all the spiraling has to happen in your trunk. So from this position, you want your arms nice and lifted, the back lifted, the stomach lifted, the neck lifted, and twist to one side. Keep the arms like airplanes so they don't go, just the whole chest. 1 and 2. Center lift, twist, and twist. Center lift, twist, twist. Center lift, twist, twist. Center lift, twist, twist. Center lift, twist, twist. Bring the hands down for a minute. Now we'll do the reverse. We do still keep the ankles, but now we let the arms change. So when you go, let the arms go full range to help get more leverage. Center, twist, twist. Center, twist, twist. Lift the body, twist, twist. Lift, twist, twist. Lift, twist, twist. Come back and now roll down onto your backs for bridges. So from here, bring the knees up and have them together. Unless that really doesn't feel good for you, then you can have them hip width apart. So now we're just going to articulate the pelvis up. So you want your spine nice and long. And then curl the tail a little bit and roll the hips up just to create strength in the lower pelvis. Roll down all the way till you feel your tailbone touching. Roll up. See if you can get a sense of this whole rolling motion through your spine. Roll yourself down. One more time this way. Roll the hips up. Roll your hips down. Now, wherever your feet were, take them about a foot further out. Readjust your spine. We're going to do it again. Roll the hips up. The legs have to work harder now. Roll down. And roll up. And roll down. One more time. Roll up. And roll down. Now, usually the back chain of our bodies is very underactive, so this may be even more challenging. We're going to go one more layer out. So the best you can. It's easier with the feet apart, harder with the feet together. Just do your best. If it's too much, you bring your feet in, because sometimes you'll get hamstring cramps. So here we go. Roll up, roll down. Roll up. I'm flexing my feet because I just can't do it with my toes pointed or lengthened on the floor. Let me see if I can. Roll up, roll down. Then lengthen the legs out. Stretch your arms out. Flex and point a few times. And lying on your side for the side kick series, leg series. So when you lie down, think of where this hip is and this armpit. And you want as much distance between those 2 points as you're able to, which means this side is short. Lots of ways you can position yourself for this set of exercises, but today, see if you can get that to happen, and then bend the knees. If you can get your feet in line with your hips, fantastic. But I want that stretch as much as possible. So lift your knee, lower it down, lift the knee, down, keep that rib sinking into the floor, down, lift, down, and lift, and down. Adding height, you lift and you lift higher, and down. Lift the leg, see if you can start to get in touch with this side working, and lifting, and down. So the leg is just floating up there, widening the pelvis, down, and lifting, and down, adding rotation, lifting up, knee to knee, lifting up, knee down, knee up, knee down, knee up, knee down, knee up, knee down. Now, lift your knee just a little higher than your own hip, and just bring the knee a little bit forward, and then take the knee back, attempting to track along the same line. I'm coming away from my screen. Bring it forward, take it back. So you want to just be aware of how much the hip to the knee works, and forward, and back, and forward, and back, and forward, and back. Very good. Extend the legs out on a diagonal in front. Now with straight legs, lift the leg, lower it down, lift your leg, lower it down, lift your leg, and down. You can go as high as you want if you keep both sides of the waist long, and lift, but keep that side long especially. Now forward and back pendulum, forward, forward, long, so it's going to have a similar feeling to what you did with a bent leg. Forward, forward, long, forward, forward, long, reaching out of your hip, forward, forward, and long. Bring the leg down for a minute just to rest. We're adding in bicycle. We've done that a few times. So lift your leg hip height, bring it in front, and bend the foot in towards your bottom. So here we are. We do almost the same movement we just did a minute ago, and see if you can keep your thigh there and reach the leg away from you. So that's our movement. Forward, bend, bring it through and extend the leg, feel the length. Forward, bend, bring it through, extend one more time, forward, bend, bring it through, extend, reverse it, bend, and bring it to the front, and back, bend it through to the front, just like a bicycle movement, and back, and bend it through to the front. Bring the leg down, and bend it up for your inner thigh work. Other knee is to the ceiling, this leg is long, lift the leg, and down, lift your leg, and down, lift your leg, and down, lift, and down. One more time like this, lift, and down, extend both legs out, lift both legs, and down, both legs, down, both legs, down, both legs, down. One more time, both legs, and down. Okay, other side, changing sides. Starting out with the knees bent. Remember, hip to armpit. How much can you stretch out that side? So the ribs, we've done some work to open up. See if you can take advantage of it. And lift your knee, and down. Lift the leg, and lift the leg, and lift your leg, and lift your leg. Adding the height, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. One more time like this, and lift and down. Now rotation, the knee goes up, the knee comes in. The knee goes up, the knee comes in. The knee goes up and in, and up, and in. One more time like this, and up, and in. Now, we're going to bring the knee hip a little higher than the hip. You move it to the front. You take it behind. Bring it to the front, behind. The more you can figure out how you need to position your body so it doesn't move around, that's really where we're going for very detailed work. And in. Very good. Extend both legs out in a diagonal in front and lift the leg and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. One more time like this. Lift and down. Moving into your forward and back swings. Forward, forward. Reach the leg. Forward, forward. Reach the leg. Forward, forward. Reach your leg. Forward, forward. Reach. One more time. Forward, forward. And reach. Then bicycle forward. Bend and extend leg. Swing. Bend. Swing. Bend. Extend and reverse bend. Through, extend, back, through, extend, back, through, extend. Very good. And lift your inside leg. And lift. And lift. And lift. And lift. Very good. Both legs. Lift. 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 And lift. Very good. Come up to a seated position because we're going to stretch out with the mermaid. So you want to just use it to feel good today rather than too much detail. So whatever position you can, sitting comfortably, reach this arm and bend to one side. And switch. So just 3 times like this, like you're a willow in the wind. Bend and stretch and bend and stretch. Very good. Other side. So again, holding on and bend and reach and bend and reach and bend and reach. Very, very good. Coming into your seal. So, oh no, we have time for our teaser. So let's do teaser. Let's have fun with this. So knees are together, one leg is extended. So starting going down is much easier than starting coming up. So roll to the mat. Everybody can do this and just see if you can bring yourself up. Good. Roll down again. Roll. Roll yourself up. One more time. Roll down. Now we're going to have a fun little transition. Roll up. See if you can lift the other leg and put this one down. And roll down. Roll yourself up. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up and lift both legs. Roll down. Roll up. If you need to grab to get up, do so. I don't care. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up. And now reach the arms. And everything comes to the left. And down. So again, give yourself a good stretch. Flex and point. And we're going to do full teaser now. We're going to come up, lift our legs, lift our hands, and see if we can touch our toes. You do the best you can. If you think it's too much for you, just have just watch in the audience. But just have fun. Test yourself out. We've done quite a few stretches to help this happen. Let's see what happens. So take a deep breath in, and up you come. Reach, and roll down. And reach, and roll down. Tinky, you're not helping me. Roll up, reach, roll down. We haven't really done this much, so bravo to you all. Come up and grab your ankles for seal. 5 times, claps at the back, claps at the front. So hold your ankles. Here we go. Clap, 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 roll to the back. Roll, clap, 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 roll up, clap, 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 roll back, clap, 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 roll up, clap, 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 roll back, clap, 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 roll up, clap, 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 roll back, clap, clap, clap. One more time, roll up, clap, 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 roll back, clap, clap, clap. Come up to the middle. Come up to a standing position now. So, let's stand with our legs apart. So you know how we do spine stretch forward, where legs are in a straddle and we're reaching forward? This is one of the ones that I've seen videos of Joe teaching in the woods to a whole group of people. But basically, it's a little bit of a bouncy, rhythmy thing. You want to lift your arms up, and then you'll go down and slide your hands between your legs and bounce 3 times there. So here we go. Bounce and bounce and bounce, and lift your arms up. And again, bounce, 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 and lift. And bounce, 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 and lift. 2 more times. Bounce, 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 and lift. And last one, bounce, 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 and lift. Now, arms are to the side, bring your legs together. So you're standing on your own 2 legs. And you lift one knee, and down, and the other knee, and down, and lift the leg, and down. So the whole thing is now you start to check your own balance, and lift the knee, and down, lift the knee, and down, lift your knee, and down, lift your knee, and down. Now to the side, lift the knee, and down, lift your knee, and down, lift your knee, and under you. Lift your knee, and down. I have a cat on the floor. I can't step on her. Down, and lift the knee. I'm turning a little bit. Lift your knee, and down. Lift your knee, and down. Lift, and down. Lift, and down. Lift, and down. Lift, and down. Bring the arms down. Shake them out. Lift the arms up to the ceiling. Bend to one side. So now circle forward. Circle to the other side. Reach back. Reverse your circle. Forward. Circle. Come back. Stretch. And now he was a bodybuilder. Tighten your muscles and squeeze tight. And stretch your arms. And squeeze the muscles tight like you're in a bodybuilding competition. And up. One more time. Squeeze. Make a fist. Lift the chest. Pump everything up as tight as you can. And lift. Shake the arms out. Last thing, your heels are together. You'll lengthen the legs, lift on the toes, lower back, lift onto your toes, lower back. If you can keep your heels together, even better. Lift and down, lift and down. Last one, lift and down. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up over your head. And breathing out, let everything come down. And well done. This was just a fun, moving rhythm class. Get rid of all the stagnation. So